Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles. And I found a Twitter post that led to me meditating on what's wrong. This post, what made me think of these scriptures in Romans, because, sex, that's marriage, and sex there's no such thing. There's really no such thing as same-sex marriage, because sex is marriage, and sex is also active reproduction, and it also goes in, the meaning of sex. Got the etymology right here. They 14th century, males or females considered collectively from Latin sexus, a sex state of being, either male or female, gender, showing you that it's the same thing. A word of uncertain origin, commonly taken with seko, as division or half of the race, which would connect it to sekare, to divide or cut. And basically that goes into the cutting of the hymen in the woman, or even homosexual sex. It's impossible. So, and sex, marriage goes back to sex, and so there can't be same-sex marriage. That actually don't exist. But what you have is a society that basically thinks of sex as a pleasure, an act of pleasure, and that's why they put the pleasure part above the reproduction part. Like they think of it as like purely an act of pleasure, basically. And that mindset, they just thinking of the pleasure whenever they have sex. That mindset is it's what leads to society justifying homosexuality. And made me think of some scriptures in Romans. Romans 1:26, for this cause Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of the error which was meet. And you got this monkeypox thing spreading, and it just so happens that these homosexuals, they're getting it at a high rate, which is why the WHO warned homosexual men to limit which partners they get with. Verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain Power Yahweh in their knowledge. Power Yahweh gave them over to reprobate minds to do these things, those things which are not convenient. And it's not convenient. It spreads disease like monkeypox. And other diseases, and it doesn't produce life. It's just a temporary act of pleasure for the homosexuals. That's all it is. And let me get that video. Seen it. Maybe I didn't watch it yet. For COVID-19 protection, monkeypox protection. I'm going to put you on either. No. Studies monkeypox. Risk of contracting monkeypox. No risk, giant risk. Hold on. And got this right here. Monkeypox. The monkey business. The pox. W recommends gay, quote unquote, and bisexual men limit sexual partners to reduce the spread of monkeypox. I wonder why. Key points: men who have sex with men are at the highest risk of cases are among men, and at least 95% of those patients are men who have partners to lower the risk of infection and reduce the spread. So even they're admitting that that causes the spread of monkeypox and government to fight stigma and discrimination, which you said will only fuel the outbreak, whatever. But basically, but you moles that are that are so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, and or Israelite foreigners scattered among the other nations, looking like these other nations. Her heritage, or his heritage, the Most High Yahweh's heritage is like unto a speckled bird, right? Y'all not taking heed, even though, these plagues are for amendment. Second Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a moment. You know, but verse 20 though, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, things they shall not turn from their wickedness, repent, right? Nor be always mindful of the scourges, because majority of you moles out there, you know, y'all are proud parades. That's how proud y'all are to be moles. And what does it say? Pride cometh before the fall. Pride cometh before destruction. And what did we just have? What did we just have? That's right, we had Pride Month, which is about you moles.